that purty hanging there like that? Now, y'all stick around, because we'll be getting on with it in a minute.
The 7 summits and I swam the 7 seas, but the road I must travel, its end I cannot see. Well, I fought in the jungles and I fought in the streets, but the road I must travel, its end I cannot see. Well, once I had a reason, don't know what it could be, and the road I must travel, its end I cannot see. Well, I sang to myself that I want to be free, but the road I must travel, its end I cannot see. I walked the empty desert and was burned in the heat, but the road I must travel, its end I cannot see. Well, I crossed the frozen wasteland, in the bitter cold did freeze, and the
Welcome back to part 2 of 3 of our Southwest Expedition series. We pick up the adventure with both rigs fully fueled, and we are headed towards Canyonlands, where we will stop at the Island in the Sky Visitor Center. Patrick and I were both able to get permit passes online, permit day passes for White Rim Trail. They are first come, first serve, and I believe they only limit them to 50 a day, 25 of those online, and then the other 25 you can pick up in person at the Visitor Center. You do need to print out your pass, so since we were traveling, we're going to stop at the Visitor Center and they will print it out for you. But first we had to stop at the gate here, flash our annual National Park passes.
Hello.
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
All right, thank you.
And then make our way up to the Visitor Center. The other thing we wanted to do with the Visitor Center was check to see if there were any last-minute campground cancellations, on the chance that we could possibly camp down in the canyon for the night. We were going to take that if we could, but unfortunately we struck out there. There were no cancellations, and every single campsite was full.
Let's head down Schaefer, and on Schaefer there's a couple of pullouts where we can stop and air down and stuff.
So let's do a little orientation here to let you know where we're going. So here's Onyx, and here you can see Canyonlands National Park. That right there is Moab highlighted, and in the orange and blue line, that is White Rim Road or White Rim Trail, either way. Where we are starting is up here at the top, and that means we have to go down the Schaefer switchbacks. In the red there is the Island in the Sky Visitor Center. So we had to come back up the road a little bit, turn down the green road there, and then we start back and forth to climb our way down into the canyon. And here's a little 3D view, and we are going from the right to the left on the map. So one thing I'll mention real quick is you can go down Schaefer switchbacks without having a permit. The permit doesn't start until you hit this orange line here on the map. That's actually White Rim Road, so you can see where Schaefer comes all the way down there. There are several spots before you get to the switchbacks where you can stop and air down, so you'll see us pull in here. I aired down, I took my tires down on the F350 to right around 44, I think, maybe 42. I'm not quite sure what Patrick aired down to, but even at 42, down from about 75, 65, it still bounced around. As you'll see within the video, I'm bouncing all over the place. Probably should have went down a little bit lower.
so much better.
You should drive like that all the time.
It's gonna be fun watching you make these turns.
I know, and it's going to be immortalized on video.
I will admit these first few turns were a little intimidating. So after snaking our way down Schaefer switchbacks, we finally made it to the bottom. I'm going to fast forward a bit here as we push down towards where the actual fee area starts. So you'll hear me call that out. There is a little bit of a restroom. I think it's a vault toilet right down here at the intersection, which you'll see us pass. But you'll hear me call this out in terms of starting fee area and the intersection.
So this intersection coming up starts the fee area, and it also is the shortcut back to Moab for Potash Road.
Okay, cool. Does that go to the right?
We are going to the right, or staying straight. The left will take us back to Moab.
Cool.
It's the same time to go from here to Moab that it is to go back on the road up around the visitor center the way we came in. But it's like half the distance.
So White Rim Road just kind of snakes its way around the edge of the canyon. So in some cases you're walled off between two canyons. In some cases you're overlooking a great vista. In other cases you're kind of sneaking and snaking around the top sort of ledge of the cliff. So all of this will eventually open back up, and then we'll head back down even further down into the canyon. Our whole goal for today was to really do half of the canyon. So the entire canyon takes a full day to go all the way down one side and then back up the other side. The western side of the canyon is a little bit more difficult than the eastern side, which is what we came down just now. And so we had decided to go with these rigs, full-size rigs, and there's a camper on the back of one of them, and mine's extremely long in the F350. So we decided to go down halfway down and then turn around, eat lunch at the bottom, basically, turn around and come all the way back up. That would pretty much make it a day. And what we had decided was, we still needed a camp spot for the night because we couldn't get the camp permits for down into the canyon. So our next camp spot, and you'll see this in part 3 of the video, is a secret spot, but it takes quite a bit to get to it, and it's a lot more off-roading, a little more it's not really a groomed trail like this road is. So we did want to leave some time in the day and didn't want to try and have to pathfind in the dark. And then one more thing I'll just mention, and then I'll be quiet and let you guys just enjoy the sounds of us crawling along the trail and the trucks. Is that there are turnouts on this trail. Every once in a while, you may not see it very much on the video, but like right here to the left, it's a little pull off. So you could squeeze by another vehicle if you needed to.
Can't tell whether this Jeep is going down or coming up.
Sightseeing.
Anything you want to see down there? It's just a little turnaround for an arch.
Nope.
Oh, a clear water tank.
My spleen.
So not only did I have the tires aired down to about 44, 45 psi all the way around, that's for a truck that heavy. I didn't want to go much further down. But the other thing is my water tank was probably at least three-quarters of the way full at this point. So I run a 42-gallon water tank in that truck, and it sits across the front of my bed, and I could just feel it and hear it sloshing. So this little hill here was tricky. It was a blind hill which you crested the top, and as you came over the side, it was a right-hand turn, and you couldn't see if anybody was coming from the other direction. And so you had no choice but to kind of stop and stick it out there a little bit, and then with a cliff in front of you. Off in the distance there on the right-hand side, you can see a vault toilet. That's actually one of the campsites down here in the bottom of the canyon. I believe it's called Airport A and B. Now, this isn't quite halfway down in the trail, but we looked at the time, we looked at our pace, and decided that this was a good stop for lunch, and this would also be where we're turning around for the day. So I'm going to grab a quick lunch, take some pictures, and then head back up the trail. And so this is where we're going to wrap part 2 of the series. We are going to eat some lunch here, but then we'll head back up the trail, and you will see that in part 3. And you're also going to see some pretty cool stuff heading out to a secret campsite. Next time on the Southwest Expedition.